I managed a subcontractor group for an ISP, and I hired a woman a few weeks ago. I only had male trainers to put her with, and day 2, she came to me and said her trainer tried to touch her when he was helping her with a ladder. I had to fire the guy after talking to my boss about the situation. RIP. I don't understand why you said they were getting called sluts in the BJJ scenario. Oh, they just like all the guys will look at them weird if all the girls want to do are roll with higher belts, because it'll be like, oh wow, like you're a fucking white belt and you want to go roll with like the brown belts and the black belts like all day, like fuck you, bitch. Like you think you're so snooty and better than us. It's like the attitude I've heard can start to develop. Destiny, he didn't tell the girls that the drinks contained alcohol. Oh well, that's pretty shitty. RIP Destiny, the other day I remember you saying guys rarely lose their jobs over minor sexual assault allegations. Yeah, I don't think it happens that often. It doesn't seem like it could possibly happen that often because I still hear about them happening all the time. But I guess that's just what I hear. We need a study. We need some research on this. I mean, you're overdoing the men are creepy rapist things, accounting for like billions of people, Destiny. You are a man too, LOL. Yeah, I am. But just to your mom. Jesus, wait, no shot is this title accurate. Hold on. Boom!
Oh shit! God damn! That nigga sleep. Hit that strike, roll it. Roll a strike. That nigga sleep is over.
Entire nuance of the article and the message conveyed. So check it out at ground.news/sabbatical and know where your news is coming from. And now, let's go meet a guy.
Also, I don't think.
Framing a story. Just a single word or sentence can change the entire nuance of the article and the message conveyed. So check it out at ground.news/sabbatical and know where your news is coming from. And now, let's go meet a guy.
Also,
One row of science left after this, okay? It can even shoot interstellar, but it loses strength the further it goes. Okay, interesting, cool. Let me grab a. Oh, hold on. Okay, this guy sent me an email. This email was so fucking condescending, and I think he was just wrong. I replied, gotcha. Okay, this guy sends me an email. Subject: lack of knowledge on alcohol. From Caleb. Hey, Steven. I think you haven't demonstrated even a little bit of intelligence when it comes to alcohol. For a bit of reference, I've been in the beer and spirit industry for the past 3 years, and I have a fair amount of experience in and out of the field. I always think that you try to practice being the most honest and say the correct things when possible, but you almost never talk about alcohol correctly or with any understanding. If I can give some general advice on drinking, I would say that you need to know your terms. When ordering drinks, there are 1.5 ounce shots, 2 ounce shots used in cocktails, or 3 ounce shots used for doubles.
You're trying to convince someone that
These
God
can all be a little higher depending on tipping. No one says tequila shot. I don't know what the fuck that is. If you do, that's called a flight. They are half-ounce pours, and you get 4 to 5. Most spirits are 30 to 40% ABV, alcoholic content, and most beers are 5 to 7% alcohol. I've been to so many bars where you can get shots of tequila. Now, I'm not saying tequila flights don't exist, but I don't think I've ever gotten a flight of tequilas before or heard about it. Usually a flight is when you're given like 3 to 5 like little drinks and you get like some experience bullshit, but I've never heard of a flight of tequila. I'm not saying it's impossible. I've had like a flight of bourbon before, I think with Andy Milanakis. I'm sure it's possible, but I know I've gotten I know I've gotten shots of tequila before. That's such a weird thing to say. Alcohol by volume, sure. Yeah, but anyway. And then the rest was just like shit that I'm pretty sure I've already said, so I don't know why he thinks he's educating me here. Another thing you should look into is how alcohol affects the body based on time, size, experience, food/water, and what you're drinking. Yeah, but okay. But geez, yeah, what a weird... Asking for a shot of tequila is pretty cringe. They will almost always ask what kind, or I guess assume you mean Wells tequila, the cheapest they have. Just asking for tequila is kind of retarded. Bro, you can... No, hold on. Fuck you, hold on. I don't actually believe you guys. You can go to a bar and you can say like, give me a shot of rum. And they'll ask you. They'll be like, oh, sure. You want like Captain Mort or whatever? And they'll give you a shot of rum. You can go up and say, can I get a shot of tequila? And they might ask you, like, what kind, but they'll give you whatever bullshit tequila they have. They're not gonna fucking gatekeep you at a fucking bar where they live off of tips, okay? You dumb motherfucker. They will you can ask for a shot of fucking beer and they'll pour you something at a fucking bar. They're not gonna gatekeep you there. Bullshit, okay? You can walk up and ask for a shot of fucking anything and they'll figure something to put in your glass, all right? Jesus Christ. I've been a bartender for 5+ years and we're literally not allowed to give shots of rum. I'd get fired. Okay, never mind. I don't know anything. I don't know where you guys are from or you live. I've gotten a shot of rum at almost every bar I've been at because rum is usually what I get wasted on. You can't give shots of rum? Is that true? Is that just a common thing that I haven't heard about? Every time I get wasted, it's on fucking Captain Morgan. That's almost always what I'll ask for. Give me a shot. You got rum? Yep, we've got this. Okay, give me some, give me some. You're getting baited? Is Bacardi rum? I think I get shots of Bacardi too sometimes if it... I don't know if that's nice or not, but that person is retarded. I've gotten shots of literally every spirit. You're getting one guide. Can't tell who's trolling me or not. Maybe it's different countries. Maybe I'm not getting shots of any like tequila or rum. Maybe they've just been giving me like Bud Light. I just don't know the difference. They've just given me Bud Light. Hold on one second. Have you ever had eggnog? I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried it one time. It just looks and the texture is fucking disgusting. It's like I'm drinking like egg whites. is that buzzing noise? It's probably my air conditioner. Oh shit, hold on. How do you order a shot of tequila at a bar? Image result for can bartenders give shots of tequila. Many tequila connoisseurs spread the best way to drink tequila is to sip it on its own. If you do this, you can order the tequila chilled on the rocks or straight up. You must prefer it chilled. Do not order it with salt and lime. That is only for shots. I don't know, bro. I just say I want to get fucked up. I say I don't know anything about alcohol. Give me your highest shit. I'll do vodka if you have it. Just give me a chaser. I don't give a fuck, okay? Hold on one second. Sometimes I ask for, can I get a shot of Soylent? Give me some sippy sippy soy, baby. With respect to women hitting men in public, by the way, congrats on posting a big message or that reposting that same link many times. What's really fucked in my experience growing up with an abusive mother is that if dad is hitting his daughter, people in public would be outraged with promising, or some people look for the sun like, what do you do? True. Please get a drink you like, gin and tonic or tequila soda or pixie. I don't know, I just don't like. Like, I'll drink one if I'm trying to seem like mature with the girl I'm with, and but if I'm like, if I have any level of comfort with her at all, I'm telling her I'm just getting fucked up. Otherwise, I'll like try to look cool and be like, oh, give me an old fashioned, give me a whatever. But otherwise, I'll just give you a shot of rum. I don't give a fuck. Oh, sure, Moscow Mule. I don't like the way of any of it tastes. Destiny scold and old-fashioned with me. Ugh. It's all gross. You don't like Long Island's? Fuck no. Psychologist Jordan Peters could lose license if he refuses social media re-education.
Do for fun.
I mean, it sounds kind of macabre.
This guy is the true Giga Chad.
But I like to go to visit a country after a terrorist attack.
Okay.
After a terrorist attack, you know, the horse has already left farm. It's cheap. I was in Istanbul after they had that bomb at the airport. So I went there, and there was a bus with mostly 50 people. How many people do you think were in the bus?
2. You.
So I got the whole tour,
And they're like, why are you
the
here?
whole bus, and I stayed at a $300 a night hotel for $30.
Oh my god.
I was in Morocco after they chopped off two girls' heads off. And I was on this trail, on the same trail that they were on.
So wait, when you read the news of a terrorist attack, you're like, time to hit orbit.
You get really good deals, and it's,
Orbits. Damn, how old is this video?
security is fantastic. I've gotten flights to Peru, round trip for $280.
And what happened right before that?
Oh, there was probably an earthquake.
So 9/12/2001, you're on a flight to New York. You're like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Do for fun.
I mean, it sounds...
What? Were there must have been flights on 9/12, huh? All the air travel didn't shut down, did it? I don't remember. must have been, right? It's not super old, but the dudes are millennials. Bro, how many millennials even remember Orbits? I don't know if does Orbits even still exist? Okay, even no video, my dude. No video? Give me somebody reading this. There's gotta be somebody. What do you think about an indigenous voice in parliament, like, is being proposed and referended on in Australia? What do you think about an indigenous voice to parliament? I don't know. I'd have to know more about the structure of their government. Can we get a quick 900? Bro, yeah. I got 900s all day for you. That's all I give you. Straight 900s. Straight 900s. Perfect 900s.
I would never write you a Frank Ocean song. Let's be honest. I am a man. Which is the only human that is human in these broad maze. But I look after you. Then I ain't a kid.
Real music take, Frank Ocean, super underrated. Fuck that shit. There's your one real music take, your real hot take of the day, okay?
Why? The girl keeps coming back because he gives some good ass dick. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. When girls, even guys, become crazy in a relationship because they got either good dick or good pussy. So she probably horny as shit. Sees him on stream looking really good. He always looks good on stream. Like, oh shit, okay, this looks really good. I'm gonna just pull up on you. Boom, boom, boom. Knock, 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 knock. Hey, can I have some skitty ass Felix dick? No, you cannot. I'm streaming. Slam the door. Open the fuck up. Don't let me out. Oh my god, I want some dick. Boom, 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 boom. Mute stream. End the stream to go fuck.
This is funny, but nobody actually goes crazy over, like, just sex. That's not causing people to fucking crazy. There's other shit going on every time. Here are the two videos explaining. Oh. I'm sorry. Fuck me, dude. Hold on, I got it. Okay. Oh, my bad, I'm sorry. Alright, hold on.
While making.
Okay. We'll listen to these guys, okay? Hello?
I'm reading this from the that explains what the authorities are investigating rather.
I'm gonna link it again. Thoughts. What? LOL, no. Newton's third law. Is electric rocket possible? He's talking about chemical explosion. I don't think it is. I think he's actually correct here, right? Ion thruster isn't an ion thruster like unimaginably fucking weak. I'm pretending like I know what those are, but I only know from Kerbal Space Program. Ion thrusters had horrible mass blast in space. Very little to actually accelerate the ship. I remember learning about the Newton's third law to explain. Oh God, there's a name. What is the name for this? I learned so much random shit playing Kerbal Space Program. There's a name for an effect. There's a name for a move that you do where if you burn a rocket at like a low point in an orbit here, it causes an orbit out here to expand. What is the name of this maneuver? Oh, it's the Oberth effect. And one of the ways you can understand the Oberth effect is by where your propellant is going after you do your boost. Because anytime you are increasing your speed in space, you have to leave something behind to do this. It's necessary. Something is getting left behind. It's getting ejected in a certain way. And I think that the way that I understood this effect is that depending on where you're burning, you can either shoot your propellants down into the Earth, and it makes sense then that it would shoot you farther away, or if you do it like way the fuck out here, you're shooting your propellants like far off into space, so it makes sense that it would like this was like the way that I had understood this. This is a long I remember Destiny debating this. We had all sorts of debates related to Kerbal Space. But yeah. The reason why the Oberth effect, or at least in my mind, conceptually, the reason why it works is if you're burning way the fuck out into outer space away, and you shoot those propellants out, think about like the potential energy of where they're going with relation to the Earth. You can either shoot them way out into space, or you can shoot them at the Earth, which is what you're trying to get away from. But it's in an angular sense, so it's kind of hard to intuitively understand it. The old physics debates were fucking hilarious. We went over orbit so many times. Yeah, as soon as you start like doing angular shit, everything gets like, you have to like rely really hard on formulas. It takes a really long time to develop an intuition around, it takes a really long time to develop any intuition related to orbital anything, because everything is so different in space. You're not ever moving in straight lines anymore. You're not shooting them at the Earth either way, though. You're either shooting them at the Earth or you're shooting them away from the Earth, essentially. Yeah. You have to be. Kind of TikTok live stream debaters, they get a decent amount of views. Yeah, maybe. You're shooting them parallel to the surface of the Earth you're above. Do we want to do this? I don't know if I want to do this. You're kind of. If the Earth is here and your orbit looks like this, and your spaceship is here, and you're moving, we'll say the tangential speed here is like, we'll say 100 kilometers a second. I don't know, that seems really fast. But if you're moving that, if you accelerate in a certain direction, like increase your speed by, we'll say we increase it by another 100. If we double our speed at this point, even though you're technically shooting the propellants backwards, from the perspective of the Earth, they would actually just go straight down, right? They would just drop. Because you're moving 100 tangentially this way, you fire off another change of velocity by 100, and you're shooting something backwards, but because of that change in speed and the speed you're already moving, from the perspective of the Earth, whatever's being ejected will just drop straight to the Earth. So you're kind of shooting them parallel to the Earth. Well, parallel to, you're shooting them tangential to the Earth, kind of. From the perspective of the Earth, the propellant is just falling down to the planet. What? Oh, hey, what's up? You can save me from this talk. Okay.
of the physics lesson here, but I just had a conversation with one of your audience members, and I'm gonna upload the thing to my channel. It was really good. It was a 2.5-hour conversation with a right-wing commenter in the YouTube section. Sharp guy. But during the conversation, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. One was about the Twitter files conversation, and one was about the 2023. He was of the opinion, based on a conversation with Connor, and you may not recall this, so if you need to go back and check, I'll just check with you later on it, but he thought that you were being a bit uncharitable towards Connor, and you demanded that Connor provide proof of where in the Twitter files Twitter's authorities were saying that they were deliberately, intentionally targeting conservatives. And my understanding, that was never your claim. Like, you recognize that Twitter's terms of service have a progressive bend towards it in terms of, like, their policies on misgendering, COVID, election denialism, stuff like that. But that Connor was making that the Twitter files proved they were deliberately targeting conservatives.
That was the claim that everybody was saying. Conservatives were being targeted. And I believe if you go back and look at that convo, I do believe that Connor in the beginning, now later he said he didn't, but I think he said explicitly that conservatives were targeted for being conservative, but then later he changed that to, well, conservatives just believe things that are more likely to get conservative. That second statement, I would actually agree with that. Conservatives do probably believe things like climate change and all the other wacky shit they believe in. That's more likely to get them TOS. I would believe that. So if you wanted to say there's a bias against conservatives because of the types of things they believe in, I would believe that. But that's, I don't believe that was what most people are claiming. They'll walk that back when they're challenged on it, but the actual claim that they believe is that any conservative will be targeted just for being conservative, not because of the beliefs they actually have, just for being conservative.
That was my understanding of your position. Yes, clearly the president. For sure. That's probably likely but they're not doing it to deliberately target conservatives, which is what the predominant right-wing claim was at the time. Then the second question about, he asked about...
Oh, and then also, real quick, just as a thing, because I always have to get my impact statement from Rogers. The thing that is troubling is that there could be good conversation about that, right? Like, is it fair that the TOS just happens to be targeting things that are more likely conservative views than not? And I think there's good conversation to be had there. Like, is it problematic if a certain political party tends to be targeted by what are written as unbiased TOSs? There's an interesting conversation about it, but we can't have that because they're too busy claiming they're getting banned just for being Republican, right? Which is
I think you could have a conversation about that. I don't know how productive it would be because I think at the end of the day, I don't think any social media platform does neutral terms of service, like even social.
Yeah, but we're not even remotely in that world. God, we're just we're just barely missing the even mark. Like in reality, they wildly skew to favor progressives.
Sure, but and there again, I mean, not to put you on the spot here to even trigger the conversation now, but like I think some things fall in a certain binary where they're either going to favor conservatives or they're going to favor progressives. Like I just think that some of these things, I don't think you can have, like when it comes to misgender, I don't think you can have a neutral position. If you allow misgender in this conservative worldview, if you punish
I don't disagree, but I mean, clearly when it comes to every single question like that, all of them are going to favor.
They skew towards no question. And I accept that too, and that was my understanding of the I think, if I remember correctly, it was that Connor was making or insinuating that Twitter files proved that conservatives were being deliberately targeted for being conservative, and that's not quite Destiny. So that was one thing. Then the second one was about, I thought I heard you reference this in kind of bits and pieces, but as far as like your approach to conversations in 2023, now his paraphrasing is Destiny says he's going to be meaner to conservatives in 2023, and he was making the case that he felt that was part of the reason why you were being uncharitable towards, in his opinion, towards Connor. And he was like, I worry about that because Destiny is very principled, and he goes, I think if Destiny starts to be performatively mean towards conservatives in a way that he hasn't been, that violates his principles, that violates his ethics.
The
And
problem
my
is that
understanding.
the
Go
problem is that I'm performatively nice. I'm very, very patient and very, very, very charitable to conservatives in ways that I ordinarily would never be with people. But I'm not. It's not that I'm gonna like completely cut back on being charitable or anything like that. I don't understand that. What I mean in a more precise manner is that like I'm just gonna be a little bit more strict about representing or pushing for the things that I believe in. Right? Like before, I would be like really happy to find common ground and kind of leave it there. But I'm not just going to be looking for common ground anymore. Like, I'm going to advocate for the things that I believe in and explain why I think that their particular things are harmful. So rather than being like, yeah, I know that like Andrew Tate's done a lot of good for some guys, and like, you know, let's leave it there. It's going to be more like, okay, no, well, let's think for a second. Like, this dude's a sex trafficker. I don't think he's done good things for it. Like, it's not going to be about just finding common ground. It's going to be about like advocating for things that I believe in, that I was like a little bit, I think, too content to kind of like leave to the side before.
That was more or less my understanding as well, and that's how I presented it to him, kind of like by proxy. I was like, look, you know, because he was under the impression that the liberals and leftists in your audience are pushing you because that they're pissed that you've been so charitable, so patient with conservatives this past year in particular, and that you feel the need to kind of compensate. And I'm thinking, and I told him, I'm like, Destiny, he fights with his audience all the time, so I just don't think that right now at least he's victim to that sort of audience capture.
Yeah, my audience wishes that I was victim to audience capture because they want to influence every fucking thing that I say. But no, I don't give a fuck what my audience wants about anything.
I know you hate them. That's why I said all the time, like, nobody hates his audience quite like Destiny, like the contempt that he.
And to be clear, I don't hate my audience, but like I conduct things the way that I want to, the way I feel is correct and right, and exemplifies my values. I'm not here to. I'm not here to like do things because like my audience wants me to do things. That's just not the type of person.
Right, and again, I brought that up, and my understanding was that you the patience and the understanding, hey, listen, I can empathize with you and sympathize with you. For 2023, your goal was to advocate what you actually believe, even if it risks not that you're, you know, fuck, I was mean to lefties in 2022, super nice to conservatives, so now I gotta flip it in 2023.
Yeah.
Basically it. Good conversation. Most of it was about, you know, political stuff, but he did have those particular questions.
Wait, who is the guy?
So on in Discord, his name is Crook. I think he's on the side, and he definitely would like to talk to you about certain things, particularly. He was one of the people in last night definitely pushing back and standing. And I think they actually had a good conversation about it. At least some of his understanding of them on Connor's. How's everything else?
Pop it! Almost got Science 4 on this. I'm just doing. It's all working. I know it's good too. I got fiber. Finally, good.
All right, baby. Well, I'm gonna let you get back to your physics lesson and Andrew Tate and whatever else.
Or as well as some of the evidence that they have gathered. And it creates a bit of a different image than what the Western media is trying to suggest, because from what I saw, a lot of people on Twitter believe that the Tate brothers had a dungeon in their basement and they were chaining women, and that's not the case. That's not what the authorities are investigating from. As I said in a previous video, they are investigating them for what they like to call the lover boy method. The lover boy method is when rich and influential people manage to find real and vulnerable women online
explain to me the distinction between being conservative and expressing conservative opinions. Saying that, like, I'm gonna ban people for having too conservative opinions, like anti-vax or whatever, is different than saying I'm gonna ban you for being conservative. The first one seems kind of shitty, but it's at least avoidable. We don't talk about certain things. The second one seems like an ideological, systematic targeting of a certain group.
May have been done without the consent of the women involved. And apparently there's 4 women that are pressing charges. We're going to look at what one of them is saying. The first 3 are saying that they have been pressured and constrained various psychological methods in order to do these images, while the 4th one claims that she was actually raped. Now, the judge, regarding the rape accusation, said that they require more evidence. While regarding the first 3 cases, the women apparently went to psychological evaluation and claimed that
You give an update for how far you are. Okay. So, well, follow. I've done all of these basic sciences. Automation, logistic, chemical, rocket, military. I've done the first phase science. I've done the utility and the production science. All 4 biological. All 4 material. All 4 animal. 3 of these astronomic. So I need to do astronomic 4. And then all I have left are these 4 deep space ones. And I'm done. Okay? Just this final frontier. Just these. Okay? Just these. All right?
the experts said that yes, they do seem to be like victims who have undergone psychological abuse, and the authorities also have messages that the Tate brothers have exchanged amongst them. So apparently there are chat logs and other type of evidence that the press does not have yet, but this is why the authorities are certain that something has happened and why they asked the judge to extend their detainment period to 30 days. So again, it's not just the Tate brothers that are being accused of this. It's also 2 other women that did work with the Tate brothers. I made a video called, they are called by the press Tate's Angels. And apparently these were the women that were surveilling and also coordinating the activity of exploitation. So let's look at what the authorities have to say about one of these victims. Apparently, by looking at the chat logs that went between her and the Tate brothers, it seems that Andrew Tate have misguided her in believing that they're going to have a relationship together. And he also misguided her by showing false feelings towards her in order to attract her to come to Romania. So the women in question has told the investigators that Andrew Tate told her that he was living in a house with other men that he has business relationships with, and that it would be best for her if she could stay in a different apartment with him. And this got her to travel all the way into the country, where she found out that she wasn't going to be living with Tate in the apartment, but she was going to live with one of his acolytes. So this other woman has took the person making the accusation from the airport and took her into an apartment where she found out that there were actually many other girls that were working for the Tate brothers. So basically from this snippet, she is alleging that Andrew Tate pretended to want to have a relationship with her, asked for her to come to Romania so they can live together in an apartment, but once she got into Romania, she noticed that a different woman took her from the airport and got her into an apartment where a lot of other girls were doing video chatting and they were working for Andrew Tate. Something that she claims she did not consent to, something that she did.
Do you know who this guy sounds like?
When it lands, that means feign death, vanish, fucking fade, anything that you can use to reset aggro. At 40%, you will stop dots. Until then, you will throw more dots.
Did not want to do. So this is just a snippet of the accusation, but again, the
Just a little
The
bit.
entire investigation is based on the fact that these women were psychologically constrained to do this job. They had these two other women, the Angels of Tate, as they are called, who were trying to persuade them to actually do these pictures, who didn't allow them to leave the house, who were pretty much acting like pimps. I don't know if the passports of any of these ladies were taken away, because if that took place, then it's going to be
Super
other
bad.
charges we're going to look at. But again, there are 3 different women that have came out and issued the same accusation, as well as the fact that the investigators, they claim they have access to various chat logs, and take into account that it's not just the Tate brothers that are being arrested, it's 2 other girls that are under investigation. But again, with that out of the way, the Tate brothers are still innocent until proven guilty. There has not been a trial yet. They haven't even seen the actual evidence that's gathered against them. This is just what's being leaked to the press. And it's a standard procedure here in Romania. It should not happen, by the way. This investigation should be done in secret until the trial. But unfortunately, this is standard practice for Romanian law. It's not just with Tate. Whenever we have a politician, whenever we have a famous person, whenever there's someone of public interest, the reporters are already there when the detaining happens. The reporters have access to knowledge that should be secret, that only the investigator should have. And all of this is done in order to show that the police is doing their job, that the long arm of the law exists. And many times in the public mind, like for example, in the situation that the Tate brothers would be found innocent, in the public mind, it's still the image with them walking with the police with bracelets on, and most of the public will think that they're guilty, even in the case that they are found innocent. And I'm saying this, again, like this has nothing to do with this particular situation. I'm basing this on things that happened previously with other public figures, with other politicians. Like this scandal, the spectacle that they're making, while it is to make the police and the authorities look good, it does hurt the individual, which is why the investigation should be held in secret, if you do believe it innocent until proven guilty. Right? When the cops go to arrest someone, or when the cops go to knock at someone's door, you should...
Is this true at all? Aren't arrest and investigations typically public info, unless you're talking about Romania specifically? I don't believe investigations are public. Usually that stuff is made public, even in the United States, at the time of the trial. That's usually when it happens.
Have the press there. Like, the press shouldn't even know it's happening. Sure, like, the press could report on it afterwards, but, like, showing someone with handcuffs in front of their families, their friends, completely ruins their reputation. And I'm not talking about the Tates. Again, like,
Ooh, I want to hear academics
happens with
cope on
every
this.
single
Hold on.
person that's of high profile in my country. And the law says that it shouldn't, but, well, who's going to be held responsible? Now, what's interesting is that I thought the judge in question, who is trying to extend the detainment of the Tate brothers for 30 days, is going to do that because the Tates are a flight risk, which they definitely are. I mean,
They bragged about it.
have dual citizenship, they have private jets, they're very rich people, right? So I thought that's why they're going to try and detain them for 30 days. But apparently the judge says that, no, that's not the case. Despite them having no previous criminal record, they are also being investigated by the authorities in Great Britain. And I'm like,
rip.
okay, but so what? Like, they're not convicted of anything in Great Britain. Why would you say that you need to detain their freedom because another country is investigating them for something? They do claim that, well, the investigation...
Oh, I wonder if the reason why they would claim that is because they don't want somebody extraditing them to Great Britain. They want to be able to charge them with what they've got here. Like, they want they have the jurisdiction for these crimes, and they don't want them to get extradited to their home country and get preferential treatment, maybe, right? Like, imagine if I'm the state of Arkansas and I caught you as a rapist, and imagine in another state you've been charged with, like, fucking, I don't know, like burglary, right? I don't want you leaving to go to that country to stand for that bullshit and go to jail over there. I want to be able to charge you where I'm at for rape, right? I want to be able to charge you for these crimes here. That'd be my guess, but I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I'm just conjecture bullshit.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
It is also regarding the sexual nature. And because of the way that he's trying to corrupt women in order to come to media where they're going to be pressured to do video chatting, he says that he's endangering the public, and I guess like public opinion would lose trust in the judicial system if they would allow Andrew Tate to remain in this freedom. I disagree with this judge ruling, to be honest. I mean, according to Romanian law, this does not mean that you should detain someone because you have innocence until proven guilty. If it was a flight risk, then yeah, that would have been different. But I guess this is why Tate's lawyers are trying to find an appeal for this decision. It probably won't work.
Do you have a legal leg to stand on in that situation if the only reason you're keeping someone is to prevent someone else from prosecuting them? I think so, right? States and stuff will fight over jurisdiction pretty often for saying, like, I want to be able to prosecute these people for these crimes. Like, I'm not going to let you extradite. I think countries fight over stuff like that pretty often, right? Or people feel very strongly about that. That's why when there was a Chinese guy that was involved in there was no, it might have been a guy from Hong Kong that was involved in hiding a bunch of money for mobsters. They had a whole bunch of mob banks with a fuck ton of money, and this guy was out of a dense jurisdiction. He couldn't be prosecuted, so Batman had to go grab him all the way in Hong Kong. Remember that scene? Base.
I do think that they're going to just fall back on the fact that they're out of life. That if you want to keep them for 30 days, that's the best legal reason that you can come up with. The fact that they're being investigated in another country, that doesn't matter. Unless the other country finished the investigation and found them guilty, and then you can say, okay, well, yeah, but they're wanted in UK. And then it'll be like, oh, all right, fine. But they're not wanted in UK, right? They're under investigation in UK.
Oh, no.
The fact that they left the country does not hold any legal significance. At least from the little amount of law that I know from law school. I guess like things might have changed ever since. Or maybe things are changing because it's Andrew Tate. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will find you in the comments section.
The Joe Rogan experience.
What do you think of all his stuff?
I don't know what's happening, right? Like, what really happened, and why is Romania going after him? Are they?
Oh, I wonder how this is done. Okay, hold on. Let me watch this video. Second video.
In this small video series, I have noticed there are two groups of people in the comments. One group is accusing me that I'm not condemning Andrew Tate, and I'm not doing this in order not to upset his fans. The other group of people is accusing me that I am not saying that Andrew Tate is innocent, and because of that, I am working with the Matrix. I am with the system. And I don't think that this is how the Western media likes to do things. When they talk about the story, they need to constantly editorialize. I do have my own biases about this situation. I do have my own conclusions. But in this video series, I just want to
notice how he doesn't deny it.
What the Romanian press is saying. I just want to give you as an accurate of a translation.
Wait, I read a question, but I didn't actually see the answer. Who plugged Cypher into the Matrix? Is there a canonical answer to that, or are we just supposed to accept that that's like a broken fucking thing with no explanation? Okay, these three I think need to be disconnected. Canonical? Yeah, when he visits Agent Smith in the Matrix, who plugged him in there? Are you using other mods? I think I've got like a couple other plugged in. One is for this grappling hook, it's Apollo space station. For the most part, it's just space exploration. I think combat improved, which I don't even think improves very much. And then whatever like the recommended space exploration mods are, basically.
information and to explain the way Romania does things to other people. So I'm not interested in editorializing. Again, just because I'm not editorializing doesn't mean I don't have my own personal biases, but maybe you can get used to this type of reporting. How about you make up your own mind about the issue? How about that? Do you need me to spoon feed you with information? Do you need me to
No,
tell
that's
you
what I'm
what's
here
in my
for.
brain so that you know how to make? How about you listen to what's being said and you make your own conclusion? You can even get like a chat. I do not give disabilities to my chat. Right? You can go into the comment section and you can talk with people. How about that? Another thing that I get is why wasn't the press so diligent when it came to Epstein? Why wasn't the press so diligent when it came to Biden? This is the Romanian press. Do you want the Romanian press to talk about your stuff from the United States, to do your investigations that CNN and Fox News and MSNBC should be doing? It's a completely different country, okay? The investigators are different. The journalists are different. I do not understand this level of criticism.
That's true. I bet there are some Zoomers who like are out there talking about like, yeah, bro, unplug from the Matrix. Like you need to get out of the Matrix, blah, 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 blah. And they're like talking all that shit. And you're like, you confront these guys like, bro, what? Do you think you're fucking Neo? And they're like, Neo? Who the fuck is that? And I'm like, what do you mean, who's that? And they're like, I don't know who the fuck Neo is. And you're like, no. What do you mean you don't know who Neo is? You're talking about unplugging from the Matrix. And they're like, yeah, the Matrix. Like the system that's controlling our fucking lives, okay? The blue pill people. And I'm like, wait, do you know where that comes from? Yeah, Andrew Tate.
Like, why wasn't the Romanian press more interested in Epstein? I don't know. Halfway across the world, I guess. Another more reasonable question is why and this is a Romanian problem.
Wait, why do I not have this researched yet?
It doesn't only happen to Andrew Tate, it happens to almost any famous person or politician that's being investigated. Legally, it should not happen. Legally, the investigation should be done in secret.
Look at how cute my lab
However,
setup is. Oh, so
they
nice.
do create this media circus, and you realize that it's a circus because they constantly leak all of these chat logs every single day. They do not just release all the information they have, they do this slow leaking in order to keep the public attention to this case as much as possible.
Bro, talk about the
Why
leaks.
do they do it? Well, probably to show that the authorities are competent, because I've seen them doing it regardless of the politician or the famous person that's under investigation.
Energy
They
beaming.
do it
yes.
also to form the court of public opinion. Which leads to the next question. Are these chat logs real? We can't tell for sure because you don't have access to what the investigators have.
Why is
But
this not?
looking at the past, overwhelmingly they were real. However, many times they do not stand up in court because the court requires evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt in order to convict someone of a crime. Meanwhile, the court of public opinion doesn't require that. So, for example, you can have a person that admits committing a crime on WhatsApp, but when in court they can say, well, I was joking, I wasn't talking seriously. They can say that the context was of a different nature. They can say that someone else used their phone. So as you can see, when you are actually faced with criminal charges, because of the burden of proof being a lot more severe than in the court of public opinion, a lot of the times these chat logs do not stand up in court. So this is why the investigators require additional evidence. They require witnesses, they require computer data that they can see from the servers of the villa that they raided, so on and so forth. So, yes, from the past, most of the chat logs from other politicians and from other people that were under investigations were legit. Will they stand up in court? That remains to be seen. Another question is, why would the Tates admit to their crimes in chat logs? Right? Like, who does that?
Everybody.
Surprisingly, a lot of people. I have
Yeah.
seen politicians admit to money laundering. I have seen politicians admit to committing various crimes of corruption. This happens all the time, probably because of the fact that they do not expect
To get
that
caught.
the authorities have access to their chat logs. They do not expect that the government, the Romanian government, has the technology to listen in on them. So a lot of people, you know, they forget that the authorities are looking into them, and this is why yesterday we saw a chat log with Tate admitting that one of his businesses was fake, and that he was getting his girls in order to commit money laundering and do various crimes. So it's not like a comic book villain that's going to describe his evil, nefarious plan in front of the audience. It's simply that they do not expect the authorities to read their chat logs. And by the way, I mean, everyone that uses the internet has seen many people on Discord saying various things, and then the chat logs come out. It's
Oh,
not-
you can see visually. These are all the sciences that I've done. This one and then these 5 that I'm missing. Oh, we're on the way there, guys.
It's something unheard of for people to talk about stuff that they wouldn't want to be public on the internet. Right? So, I hope I managed to answer all of the questions, and now we can actually look at some of the new transcripts that were released today. And we got the most incriminating one yet. This is probably the woman that claims she was being held against her will at the house through various psychological means as well as threats. And she wanted to go to the mall, but apparently Andrew Tate says you don't go anywhere without one of the 3 trusted employees. So he is probably referring to the 2 girls that are also under investigation. And the woman says, why are you so cold with me? Don't go out alone without telling me. Mall, supermarket, nowhere from now on.
Oh, I read
The
these.
woman says, I told you I wanted to go alone, and he says it's the last time. So this is true. Excessively be used against him. Of course, I have seen people saying, well, that this is not a threat. And my question to you is, okay, imagine you're walking down an alleyway, and then you see this guy, which is twice your size. If he punches
This is the fucking pearly things and fucking Sneeko. Well, was there actually a threat? I didn't even want to begin to have that convo with him. When I hear people say things like this, here's the irritating thing. This is why I love that Adam guy. Oh my god. I'm not trying to fucking brag or anything, but like when I talk to the Adam guy, like talking to another dude that like knows relationships, women's sex is so nice. I feel so bizarro when I'm in these Red Pill spaces. These guys are supposed to be like relationships and like women experts, right? You wouldn't ask a fish how to fish for fish. You'd ask a fisherman. And these guys all sound like they don't understand the basics of like human dynamics, of like human interactions, of like fucking, of relationships, of anything. They're just utterly clueless. I feel like I'm in a room full of virgins. It took so much control for me when I think it was Fresh when I was on the last Fresh and Fit, when Fresh was like, no offense, dude. He was about to say like, it sounds like you just don't understand this stuff well. And this was either right before or right after he told me that he thought 40% of women were being flown out of colleges to fucking Dubai. And I'm like, bro, are you fucking serious right now? Are you actually fucking deranged? Oh my god, that shit fucking. Oh god, my brain almost exploded as soon as he said that. I was like, you guys are insane. You guys are actually fucking crazy. Oh my god. But
the guy next to you, he sends you flying through the hospital into the graveyard because he does AP punches. And he's very intimidating, and he says, give me your wallet.
my 2023 New Year's resolution is to donate more money than Fossil to Santa Cruz 2024. Well, thanks. Now 127. That's the second video I'll be donating. Are you at some point about to try other Factorio mods such as Crestorio 2, Angel Bob's, Pteranodons? No, fuck you. This one might be more complicated than Angel Bob's, I'm not sure, but that Pteranodons thing, that seems like unmitigated autism. That's like lock yourself in a cryo chamber and work on a Factorio game for like 3,000 hours. That PY mod seems fucking insane. I'm probably not gonna ever do another one of these in my life, okay? Space exploration was good for me. I don't know if Bob's Angels is more complicated than space exploration. But the PY shit, no, fuck that. You need like 50 different things just to make like a rocket. Okay, it's crazy. That PY shit is like fucking, somebody can link the graph for like there's like somebody made an image of all the different formulas to make some shit. It's fucking wild.
Not this intimidating glare. Now, if you think in your wallet, would this constitute money or not? And the answer is because the threat doesn't necessarily have to be verbal. It can also be implied. It can also be directed from the circumstances, which the investigators are going to have to prove. But simply if you have the Don Corleone of the Mafia coming into your store and saying, oh, what a nice store you have here. It would be a
How many
shame
hours do I
if
have in
something-
Factorio? It'd be a shame if something happened. Maybe 1,500? I don't know. Oh, I'm just kidding. 3,300. But I've probably got like, I think 550 hours deep into this save. 588.
What's to happen? issuing a verbal threat. Like, he's not saying that he's going to do anything to your store. But you know he's Don Corleone. You know what he is capable of. You know what he did to other stores. Right? You know that he wants protection. That is a shakedown. Even though he's not actively saying, oh yes, I'm going to come and say, right? He doesn't need to do that. So, of course, the authorities are going to have to gather other evidence and mix it with this. But yeah, like telling a woman that you're not allowed to walk on the street without me when you're not even a family relative of her, that does seem like a threat. And here you have another...
This is for like the first level of science in this game. This is supposed to be like 3 buildings in vanilla, and it's probably like 4 buildings in space exploration. There's yeah, it's insane. Alex is bad fit, but education and video editors in the SOS cast. Hi Alex, I was listening to the SOS cast. You mentioned there's a good video editor, you'll get them a job, so here I am. I worked as a YouTube editor on and off for around 6 years. Recently went back to college, and because of that I'm looking for work to pay my bills. Hopefully this opportunity is still available, we work in the future. Thanks for reaching out, man, but we're not actually hiring right now, so it's Yeah, but that's not a totally fair comparison. The thing that makes SpaceX complex and planetary logistics, oh, maybe sure. I feel like if I were to redo this, I feel like well, I shouldn't say I could beat it because I haven't beaten it yet, but a lot of the interplanetary logistics, once you have, I guess it's true what they say, right? If you don't understand circuits before space exploration, you'll know everything about them coming out of it. Yeah, for sure. I feel like I can understand how to set up things so much differently. Is this how to do the final science in that PY mod? Space science pack. This might be for space science. Yeah, but this mod is unbelievably fucking. It's not that bad, to be honest. Rage Pope, you get like 20 hours into a mod pack, copy pasting other people's blueprints, and then you talk shit like you've beaten all of them. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. It's not that bad. Get the fuck out of here. Remember that space is an alpha. A lot is gonna change soon. Space exploration, they're not gonna change shit until I fucking beat it, okay? I think they just added in the space elevator and like the, I think they added space elevators into the last patch. I'm glad they have them because my whole save would look way different. My whole save would look so, I don't know how people play this without space elevators. Doing rockets for everything? No, I mean, it's possible. It's just kind of AIDS. You'd have to expand your rail system a lot more on Novice, and you'd need a lot more fuel. You could do it, it would just be fucking lame. Sorry, okay.
Chat block.
Did you watch the menu? I did. I thought it was a cute movie.
Emory, and this is what they're being accused of. They're being accused of lying to women, trying to seduce them, and then promising that if they come to Romania, they will get married. And when they got to Romania, instead of that, they were asked to do video chat and OnlyFans. So you have to move to Romania with me to keep an eye on you. You're mine. Do not forget that and act like it. We will be together soon. The girl says, but can I trust you? Yes, you can. You will move to Romania with me. I plan when I get here. First, I might have to go to Prague for a few days, and then we meet in Romania. And I want to know that you are committed, serious about the marriage. And the girl says, yes, I am. So these are the chat logs which were released today, and I'm pretty sure.
Oh, and these are about, it's fraud. He's like misleading them in order to get them to, he's misleading them in order to get them to. Wait, why am I not listed on most factorial play? Shouldn't I be here? Is your profile private? Where do I even go to change a private profile? Destiny profile. I don't know.
Concerned by we're going to see more. Probably in the next couple of days, there's going to be more leak. It does look like a PR campaign, what can I say? But it's standard for Romania. I hear a lot.
You're sure the LTN trains mods is the coolest shit ever? I looked into what that did, and that feels a little bit dirty to me. I don't think I could do that. It looks cool if you want to do it, but it didn't look like you could do anything with that mod that you couldn't do with trains already with proper wiring and circuitry. But that feels really dirty, because it feels like with that mod, what I could theoretically do is I could just make a big train graveyard, or I could make a train yard with like 30 trains, and then I could do logistics and have everything run itself. It just seems like it's balanced by the fact that LTN stations are a bitch to set up. Are they? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it is balanced a little bit. I don't know. It feels weird to me. Okay, sorry.
Saying that they're only doing this with phase. No, it's every single time. I can't think of an exception when a politician or a high-profile person was under investigation, especially if they get arrested and detained in custody. Every single time you have fakes from the investigation being leaked. And one of the questions was like, is this a mistrial? And the answer is no, it's not a mistrial, because we do not use jury. Right? So the Romanian system uses judges. A judge gets to decide the case. At the first court you have one judge, and then as you move up to superior court you have 3, then 5, all the way up to 9, but that's the Supreme Court, and I don't think this is going to be involved. And the judges themselves get to decide, and the judges do not have to be separated from the news or from the online press. Maybe this is like another way that the prosecutors are, another reason for why the prosecutors are doing this, to potentially influence the opinion of judges. I think maybe the press as well. Right, the prosecutors get promoted, and then they get their effectiveness is analyzed by how many cases they manage to get and send to court in order to get a conviction. So, you know, potentially they're also doing this in order to influence how the judges think. I can only speculate. It is very bizarre, but this doesn't happen in other countries, right? Like, in the United States, if something like this were to happen, it would be considered outrageous. Right? If you have a person that's under investigation, and the things from the investigation were to be linked to the press.
I've ever been more hated. During my career, this is the worst I've ever seen. Violent crime is surging in New York City.
Fossils suck, God bless OG.
Come to Europe, you're going to walk a lot. You'll see Europeans are walking a lot. They're in really good shape. They don't look like me, okay? They're walking, they're fit, and all these things. And when you travel here, you will do the walking too. You're not driving around. You're not taking taxis everywhere. You're walking. So if you're coming here for the first time, make sure you're practicing your walking. You know, do some walks at home around the block. Start around the block, then around the neighborhood to get ready for when you come here. Also, make sure you have good shoes. Now, don't buy new shoes the day before you go, because those are going to kill your feet. Make sure you break your shoes in before you come, because believe me, you will be doing a lot of walking here. You come to Europe, you're going to walk a lot. You'll
Okay.
Move to like some Reddit type of thing. Okay, bring me to a Twitter. So I don't know if this is true at all. So let me see.
Big act. What you got? Oh, I stuck like productivity module 7s in this shit, dude. Fuck. We're not fucking. I'm not fucking around over here.
Alright, so chat. A little bit more on the Andrew Tate thing, and I told y'all we'll talk about it. Okay, my bad. Sorry, chat. A little bit more on the Andrew Tate thing. I think this guy's like a reputable source. I'll click on his profile that you guys can look at. His name's Mario Non-Ball. No bias, no echo chambers. He's a bullfighter.
Oh, no bias, no echo chambers.
Oh, I can do spaceships. Nothing says he's really that reputable. He's coming with new information. We'll see. I've seen him tweet about this tape thing consistently and whatever. Anyway, he says new eerie details are emerging about Tate Brothers' investigation file issued by the Bucharest court. As per the court investigation document, the case picked up young women under the pretext of starting a love relationship with persons being taken to a house and other girls for to produce videos that were later posted on adult websites.
Gotcha, produce.
Victims of the Tate brothers told the prosecutors that when they first arrived at the villa, they were met by armed guards. Their role was to put pressure on the women and for what they were doing on the side. By the way, it kind of changed the story. I don't know that Tate's had guards before he got into his Hustler University shit. According to these guys, they're saying they did. We'll keep reading. Besides serving as cam models, the girls were also made to do other things such as moving money or illegal items like documents. It didn't stop there. Main investigators had further obtained shots and statements who were allegedly recruited by the Tate brothers they believed it was forged in action with the message, we haven't seen any pictures or exhibits or whatever, like courts would be called exhibits. We haven't seen any pictures of this, but
what the fuck is this?
Supposedly some women got tattoos on their inner thighs that said owned by Tate. We've heard this, but we haven't seen
Holy
this.
shit.
So, could be false, but
you can just make material.
We've never heard this info before. Anyway, let's keep reading.
Anyway, let's go.
Gabriela Groza, a forensic psychologist, told us Romania human traffickers are people who have more pronounced psychopathic traits. They don't feel they either blame the victim, disregard them, or place responsibility elsewhere. The Tate brothers' attorney says all of DICOT, or DICOT, whatever you want to call it, allegations are false, and that the victims allegedly produced pornographic material to make money for them. This is the source here. So what are your thoughts about this?
There were pictures of at least 3 different Tate girls with tattoos on his website. Yeah.
Prosecutors have
Tate
obtained
tattoos on
wiretaps and Tate recounts how he broke the law and how he took advantage of the women. Apparently this is from a wiretap. I don't know if this is true, but this, unfortunately with Romania, Reuters and AP, which are pretty much the most reputable news sources, they don't give 2 fucks about it. So, anyway, they said this is for a wiretap. Andrew Tate says, "You're not stupid, and you could probably guess how I made so much money. I have to hide what I'm doing." The victim says, "Webcam?" Tate supposedly says, "I've been doing this for a long time." He says, money or things, etc. I'm gonna be honest with you though.
Uh-oh. Yeah?
I'm not trying to call this nigga a liar, but who talks like this? It's no way Andrew Tate.
He literally says it in every fucking video. He talks about the illegal shit he does all the fucking time. What do you mean, who talks like this? Your boy, Andrew Tate, talks like this constantly. What do you mean?
He said, "Yo, what I'm doing is illegal. I've been laundering money." Like, that's what this wire.
We got him on video saying the same shit. Yeah, that's what he does. What do you mean?
Wiretap is alleging that Andrew Tate admitted to someone, it looks like a victim, that his whole operation was to launder money. And
actually, I'm trying to think. Did Andrew Tate specifically say in that video that he got the girls to do other things, or are they only chat logs? I'm trying to think if we saw him on video saying this, or if this was only in chat logs. I think it was only in chat logs so far.
Move illegal things, and that's how he's making his money. Maybe not the webcam stuff. I just think that's seems far-fetched. You know what I mean by far-fetched?
When I say your boy, I don't know actually if Big Act. I don't know if he is a big influencer. He might not.
how it is. I have to hide what I'm doing. If you're hiding what you're doing, why would you tell someone who you're probably getting over according to all the government shit? The government is saying this victim, he's trying to get over. Why would he tell her that, yo, I have to hide what I'm doing? If you're trying to get over on her and you're trying to make her feel like you don't have to all this shit going on, and it's supposed to be secret. Anyway, then I've been doing this for a long time. Girls working for video chat. The company was fake, but I laundered my dirty money. Like, who talks like this? The company was fake, but that's how I laundered. Why would Andrew Tate tell a kid to do this? It sounds crazy. Look. Somebody said, watch Bruce Rivers. He admits to many crimes.
Also, check your DM. I sent you a piece that they made with about Vice and shit.
Tom, perhaps 5 months ago, and I told you that Andrew Tate is going to be on Limit Your Movement. And so let's kind of look at one of his very first videos that he did. These are his words, not my words. And I'm going to explain, and I'm not going to take it out of context. We'll play this. Let's just make sure I'm not taking things.
When you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest. But in reality, it's a shitload of people, man. The HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give all
You're teaching girls how to make a shit ton of money and give it all to you. Now, this is one of his first instructional videos. A lot of guys, he's got a lot of fans. And a lot of guys think, oh, in order to have some wealth, you have to have a Bugatti, you have to do this, you have to do that. In order to have wealth, you have to have self-confidence. You have to know who you are. So where do you get that from? So I like to be motivated who are looking at maybe a possible direction in their career. So I like to motivate people in a very positive way. But the other thing I do is I do offer right off the bat. Have them work for you and get all the money.
Webcam Studio 20. There's one webcam studio down the road called Studio 20 with 100 rooms. 100 rooms, 8-hour shifts, 3 girls, 300 girls, all working. So you're going to my guys and you're going to be competing with big time guys. And what you want to be competing with is people at home in their bedrooms. You don't want to be competing with serious businessmen, because I know for a fact, Studio 20, the owner of Studio 20 and the owner of the website itself, Live Jasmine, are friends, and they've got some kind of backhander agreement. So all the Studio 20 girls appear high on the webpage. They appear at the top of the page. Obviously, if you're going to go on there, you don't want to scroll down 10 pages to find a girl. You're going to go to the girls in the first row. All his girls appear high up because he's given.
We watch this video? Yeah, I don't know how much he's going to watch of it. We'll see.
It's a huge competition, Mark.
So you can see his main thrust.
Is he going to watch the whole thing?
And he doesn't give a shit how he does it, really. He just
wanted to buy.
Think darts. This is how.
I flush my here. Let me tell you this. Joking. Like, yo, bro.
No, hold on. No shot at you guys.
That is a point. That indicates that there's things out there that are illegal that he's done.
Here's my problem with this whole thing, though. Yo, Tate is like.
Oh my god.
This is why, like, you know, I say a lot of stuff that's kind of tongue in cheek too, and this is why, like, I'm about to stand up. I'm not. When I listen to him, I laugh. Like, I'm not listening to him thinking I think he knows how to play. Because you ever seen a guy who knows how to play the game? And maybe the heart of the story is true, but he knows how to add the flash and the flare. That's what I think about Tate.
This is some insane levels of coke, dude. No shot.
All right, good. But that's what I'm saying. So now, like I'm watching this lawyer guy, like, kind of going over his words, like, oh, he's super serious. I'm like, yo, bro, Nigga, the way he's saying this makes it's funny. Like, come on, he didn't flush his phone down the toilet. He's capping, he's joking. Like, come on, bro.
Remember when you did the interview with him? Like, that's the first time I ever seen that dude. He did talk about corruption and not a joking way.
Bro, why? Oh my God, you niggas, man, I
Flush
hate.
my phone down the toilet.
So I'm trying to hide shit. I'm looking around. What do I have to hide?
Yo, here, let me tell you this. You see, a guy like Andrew Tate, I want to explain to you what type of guy he is. Yo, a nigga like Andrew Tate goes into any room, and he's a storyteller. He says whatever to get the room. Look how these niggas, like, you know, these my guys too, but like, look how Myron and Fresh are laughing uncontrollably. He got them in the palm of their hands. That's why I say it's like almost like comedy. Because that's what you need to do to make. You can tell him anything at that point. He could be like, yo, and after I flush my fucking phone down the toilet, an elephant pops in. Like, and they'll be like, what? Bro, they're gonna believe it just because, bro, you're gonna tell a story. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not believing it.
Walks around saying, nah, fuck with corruption. Like, that's why I live with him.
Yeah, but we don't think that was the real reason why he worked there.
Doing all this extra, like, trolling and like, content. The person that asked you to act, you can play the clip during an interview. Man talk about corruption, and then tone down,
Alright, hold on. Alright. So I'm not sure what he said verbatim on the podcast, but I've heard him talk about corruption in this sense. He said, listen, the entire world is corrupt, right? He's kind of giving a theory of what I believe. Tell me if you fundamentally listen. Because I actually agree with him. He's like, yo, if he gets pulled over, you guys go to court, this, that, somebody who's really high up in the government gets pulled over, they get let off. You know what I mean? Basically, it's about who you know, how plugged in you are when it comes to the United States, because every place is corrupt. He says he'd rather live in Romania, where no matter who you are, if you get pulled over, if you want to get out of it, yo, you got to get them niggas $300. And he's like, yo,
I feel like Andrew Tate is one of the most, like, even more than fucking Mr. Girl. This is like one of those situations, like, when somebody tells you who they are, listen. Like, bro, like, the amount of, like, mental gymnastics we're having to go through here to prove that, like, it's all a fucking meme is like, come the fuck on. You gotta be joking.
If the barrier of corruption is just cash, I'm good. Because now, I got 300, maybe that politician got 300, we all got 300. So I'm affording the same type of, oh, look the other way. But when you're in America, it's all about, hey, are you plugged in with the people who are in power? Oh, did you donate to somebody's campaign? That's how you get what I mean? Like,
yeah. So just because he's saying the public is bad, but niggas are voting, these politicians, voting by that shit every single day. So because he's saying it, publicly is bad?
Yo, think about this whole Jeffrey Epstein shit, right? Jeffrey Epstein shit is like so like elusive and it's such a mystery because you know why? Jeffrey Epstein was in cahoots and in bed with the same motherfuckers who run the fucking country and who got all the money.
So let's first take
you get what I mean? So now, imagine you did some Jeffrey Epstein shit. By the way, we don't condone that type of shit, right? We didn't condone even when Jeffrey Epstein did it. But if you do it,
so brave.
You're getting fucking lynched. They're grabbing you out of your job or wherever you at and they're bringing you and they're gonna parade you around as some fucking demented motherfucker. He's just saying you'd rather go somewhere where like the corruption and the selective politics, last word, of the world is not based on who you know or who you got dirt on. It's like, bro, just give us just pay us off and we don't lose. But shit, why would you want to live like that? Am I tripping?
No, you ain't tripping at all. It's facts.
Let me finish playing this video.
Hey, shit, I'm looking around, what do I do? I'm hiding shit. I'm destroying evidence. One of the problems that you have with a guy like this is there's a treasure trove of statements that he makes that a prosecutor can use to impeach him with if he ever decides to testify.
End up with all these chicks just stuck in their house, sitting there bored, and of course they don't go out. They're not allowed out.
So I got all these chicks, they're in love with me. They don't go out, they're not allowed out. Restricting somebody of their movement is part of force, fraud, or coercion.
You stay in the house. You don't go nowhere. No restaurant, no club, nothing.
Do you get to eat? Do you get to take a shit? When you start controlling somebody like that, that is the crux of you come.
Bruh, I really think he's talking to him. Bro, he's talking shit because people are listening to him.
Here on a promise.
Why do people think, like, granted, obviously there's some people who claim they're witnesses or they're victims, but like, when I listen to that, and you know, they'll try to shame me, be like, oh, you used to like listen to Andrew Tate. Bro, when I'm listening to Andrew Tate, bro, that nigga is a comic tape. Nigga, yo, after I listened to, what's that nigga name? Charleston White? I told Charleston you gotta do stand up. Ask Charleston White, who's the first nigga who told him to do stand up. Academic. Facts. Go ask him. Facts. Bro, because sometimes, like, you know what niggas just kind of doing the most, whatever, and like, you know it's just. I really do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what we saying here? Like, nigga, you the one that hopped out the window and talked all this extra shit, but at the same time talking about how you fuck with corruption. That don't sound like a smart thing to be doing.
No, you got some good trades.
Right?
English.
Somebody that has multiple citizenship, whether they're a risk of flight.
Is Matt Walsh fighting against the Tate Bros?
We opened the show yesterday with a discussion about the crisis of masculinity and the rise of Andrew Tate. And to very briefly summarize the key points made in that conversation, boys are growing up in a culture that is openly hostile to masculinity, and many are forced to navigate the minefield without the benefits of strong male role models to show them the path. And this crisis is self-perpetuating. It grows exponentially because the young men with absentee fathers eventually become absentee fathers themselves, repeating the cycle indefinitely unto infinity. And into this field of confusion and man-hatred steps guys like Andrew Tate and others, quickly earning an enormous following of young men who understandably flock to somebody who has a message that embraces masculinity rather than treating it like a disease. Andrew Tate, very often good at identifying the problems in our culture as they pertain to the situation that men face, and deserves credit for speaking up in defense of masculinity rather than denigrating it and calling for its eradication, essentially. But in my view, he misses the mark when it comes to the remedy. He seems to basically understand the disease, but he doesn't have the right prescription for it, or at least the full prescription. Yes, men should reject the programming that our culture wants to subject them to, programming which seeks to neuter and feminize them. Yes, they should work hard. They should take care of their minds and their bodies. Yes, they should strive for success, including financial success. But a life of hedonism and materialism and luxurious wealth, remaining unmarried while sleeping with dozens of different women and so on, is not the ideal to strive towards. Rather, what men are called to and created for, and the only sort of life that will be truly happy, that they'll find true happiness and joy in, is a life of service as protector and provider.
Wow.
Men, the vast majority of men anyway, are called to be husbands and fathers, to be leaders of their families. Now, they may be called to lead in other ways too, but first they must care for their families. If there's any saving our civilization at this point, which I think there is, but if there is, this is how it will be done. And this is who will do it. It's not going to be saved by influencers who are sitting in front of cameras, whether the guy in front of the camera is Andrew Tate or me or anyone else. It'll be saved through the formation and preservation of strong, intact, loving, and well-led families. That is the only way. It is the only way forward. If every man in the country starts going to the gym and starts making lots of money and starts having sex with lots of attractive women, and yet they don't get married and stay married and have children and raise and love those children, then we will still be headed to ruin. It'll be a slightly different kind of ruin, but ruin all the same. Those men themselves will ultimately find the happiness that they are able to derive in that lifestyle. They'll find that it's shallow and it's fleeting, and in the end, they'll die alone, loved by no one.
Damn.
Loving no one.
Damn.
Remembered by no one, leaving no legacy behind.
Damn.
The feminized and neutered and effeminate man that our left-wing culture seeks to create, and then this other sort of man, both unmarried, both childless.
Damn.
Will look very similar in the end. Having taken two very different
Oh,
paths.
wait,
just
is there a
for-
link to that? Fuentes is back to doing his show nightly next week, like January 16th onwards. Do you think the Yay campaign is over? I do. Did he announce that publicly, or where is that? Where's Fuentes posted that at?
Arrive together at essentially the same place. It's the family man, the devoted father and husband, whose different path actually leads to a...
Okay, I don't care about this. This stream sucks. I'm going back to Wing, Step, and JFS Cobra. Well, have fun. I'm doing a show this Friday, and then I'll be back doing Monday through Friday remotely next week. Rip. Okay. Do you think the not a video with a thread with the worst transcripts yet explicitly? Okay, hold on. Let me just make. As soon as I make my booster suit, I'll be done with Vector Infinite. Hold on. Let me just make this real quick. Okay. Do you think it's like? Do you think he comes back easily, or do you think he kind of has to like come back like crawling a little bit? Because he kind of basically told his whole fan base like, "Fuck this show that I've been building and working on. I'm gonna go work with my new friend Ye." And now Ye's basically like, "Well, we're done with that shit." Do you think his fans will just be like, "Oh, it's cool, you're back. Like, we don't care," or do you think people are gonna be like, "Fuck you"? They probably won't care. They probably think it's cool, I guess. That's kind of funny though. How long did I say it would last? I thought I gave it a few months. What was it? Like a month that it lasted? Damn, these things take forever to make. But maybe it's not over. Maybe they're just chilling. Who knows? Who joined?
I did. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. Damn. What are you doing awake this late? Aren't you normally asleep by like 9 o'clock?
No, I go to the gym actually at night. That's when I have time to do so. I just got off my stream.
Oh, how'd your stream go?
Went great. Thanks for asking.
Well, that's cool. What of what's up?
Oh, do you think? Oh, can I answer your question in reference to Nick, and then because I wanted to read the room before I came in.
Yeah, go for it. What's up?
I didn't want to interrupt you on anything.
You're
but
good.
listen, doesn't matter. Nick, fans believe everything that he says. Nick uploaded a picture that he took from a tabloid 2 years ago, and he cropped out the picture to make it look like he took a picture of Kanye, and he uploaded it as Telegram. And the A-logs showed the video, showed a picture where you're like, "Hey, dude, this is not even your picture," because they what do you do? What is that called? That technique that's called when you take an image and you put it into Google.
Oh, you just like image search basically, yeah.
Yes, image search. They image searched it and found out that he took that article. He took that picture from an article and he tried to crop it as if he was still with Ye. The rumor is that Kanye is in a mental facility. That's the reason why no one can serve him at the moment, because he's protected from being served or anyone visiting him outside of, I guess, family or whoever has the power of attorney. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but the whole Ye 24 thing is over, and this is normally his MO. If you look at 2018, like he was straight up going hard, and then he disappeared.
Yep.
And so that's what's happening now.
Yeah. Well, poor Nick.
Poor Nick.
It was his dream to work with Ye, you know?
Never in my life did I would see the day when a white identitarian would kiss the BBC of a mentally deranged black man.
It just proves everything they were saying was true, you know?
Well, yeah, it's a thin line between love and hate, and I think a lot of the racists, and I know this personally, when they used to come and have me, when they used to sign up for torture sessions, these were Klansmen, white supremacists, Aryan members, like I don't know, I to the life of me, I don't understand it. Like, you want to submit to black people, but you want to lynch them at the same time. You want them dead, you want them out, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of this weird thing, not to call it like conservatives or anything, but it's kind of that weird thing where you get like some of these conservatives will be the most staunchly like anti-gay people. But then like, you know, they end up being like gay, right? Like shit comes out where they're like messing around with dudes and stuff. And it's like,
absolutely.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of
absolutely. Right on the money. Absolutely. They're the most anti-gay. And also some of them are anti-trans and come to find out that they get caught watching trans porn and, you know, they have a trans prostitute and all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, that'll protest too much. So, but I came here for a reason, but also to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year, DGG. Happy New Year, YouTube chat. I want to see if you would ask Sneeko if he was debating, and I want to, and my debate is, I'm going to play a video of Andrew Tate, and I want to see him justify it.
Yeah, I'll definitely reach out.
Okay, that'd be great. So there's that. Okay, so anyway, and everything's going on with, by the way, how's your new hair doing?
It's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty interesting. I get like a lot of attention now from people that I'm not used to, like strangers.
Because it's a different type of blue. That's a very unique blue. It's not like a neon blue. It's I've never seen that blue. I've seen people with blue hair before, but yours is yours is very different. Yeah. It's not blinding, and. You still look like a lip but it's a nice blue lip
Yeah, the only downside is because I'm arguing with like conservatives and like red pill shit. Now it's a whole bunch of this blue-haired fucking loser. And it's funny because that always used to be my example. I'd say, oh, you know, the blue-haired SJWs, and I literally am one. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right, but if you can pass that along to him, and then let me know by DM, okay?
Yeah, sure. I asked him. I'll let you know when I get a response.
Sounds good. Thank you. Bye.
Oh my gosh. Did I put Boom. Oh my god, there it goes. Thruster Suit Mark III. I didn't just find the Rollo Tomasi guy tweeting out a pic of one of Tate's girls with a tattoo King Tate on her side. No way. No way. These are from 2018. So you meet this gorgeous girl. She's 30 points in front of you. Some reason thinks it's cute that you're nerdy. She's probably a woman trying to be married, but one day she's like, no way, do you marry her? Oh, King Tate, damn. What does this say? E married Tate? Is this like in French or something? I don't fuck. Emery Tate. That's Andrew Tate's dad. Oh, weird. Okay. Oh my god, guys. Look at this big old fucking... Oh, I don't know what this... Oh, jetpacks. That's what... That's... Okay, tomorrow we build an energy beam, and then science for blue and deep space science. We're on the way, okay? Put a jetpack? No, you need to put like 7 of them in. Okay. Get that super speed. Oh, you want me to read this? Hold on. An exoskeleton? If you got a lot of jetpacks already, what's the point of the exos? Like, exoskeletons, I don't know if they were nerfed in SE or if they just suck, but I feel like I don't really run that fast with them. I don't like them. We're resting tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday for the weekend. So really no question. But I didn't how much do you have to make so far? Don't give me that bullshit. You haven't done anything today. You tell them, bitch, you're making a lot of money. O, I'll take you. G takes O, I'll take you. Maybe you're not listening, I'll kill you. We don't make money. Punch yourself in the mouth until I get there, and I'll give you 10 more, you lazy bastard. I'll break you when I get there. What did I do? 1 hour and 10 minutes to get lost. What have I done? Rather say what you didn't do yesterday for an hour. You're 20% down. You've been 4 days since you posted. I'm waiting for yesterday's money. Well, if Andrew looks to see if you posted hit like, you're trying to find your bag. You're flying off the balcony straight away. This is not a sort of violence. She's just compassionate, offering practical lessons in physics. Kate really does care about women. He's even providing education for her. Okay, I love you guys. It's been fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. At 640, do you agree with this? 6 common mistakes made while drinking water. What?
Right, and number 6, drinking tap water. Now, some people will say that drinking tap water is safe, but they're finding all sorts of things in tap water.
Drinking too much, drinking too quick, drinking the wrong fluids, drinking while eating. What? Drinking cold water, drinking tap water. I don't even. Okay. We're on. See you later. Peace out.
destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Is respawning soon. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Shut down. Enemy rampage. Your turret has been destroyed.